This is the men's room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off the Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Ratio consultants are standing by. Caller 9 at 844-999. Ola will play profile this in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, American Airlines just released a list of its emotional support animals that will no longer be allowed on flights.
They've determined what is emotionally acceptable.
That's right. Going forward, they won't let you fly with an emotional support reptiles, rodents, goats, insects, spiders, and large birds.
Huh.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't even know
no
people
turkeys. No more turkey pictures.
That's exactly right.
All right.
No more turkey pictures.
People were using insects.
Yeah,
This is my emotional centipede.
Again, what is wrong with you that that's the thing you need?
I'll take a double, ma'am. I'm sitting beside this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Just a little cage cricket.
That's never good. You don't want to be the person sitting beside them thinking, what in the hell is wrong with this person that can't calm down on a flight but it has a rabbit on its lap.
Tarantula in their palm. Like, really, man?
Come on, man.
Says this sounds like science fiction, but researchers at UCLA recently took a memory from a snail and implanted it into another snail. A memory.
How would you know?
Right?
Snail told them.
I don't remember.
That's kind of...
There's snail like, dude, this is crazy.
I've always wondered that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has to do like an association sort of a thing.
I just had a memory that I had sex with your girlfriend. Oh, that's my memory.
Right.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Snail memories. Yeah.
Snail memories.
Why would we need to trade memories?
That's a good question.
You know, it would be used for something awful.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I had sex with that chick last night. I'm taking his memories.
Hey, man, maybe it's a witness stand thing. We're going to put your memory into the brains of the jurors.
Yeah, but some of the fun of going to court is the fact that everybody's lying. I mean, isn't that what makes it almost like a competition sport? If they went in there and told the truth, you wouldn't need a court in the first place.
You got to prove it.
Well, yeah, but if I knew what they remembered, I'm like, well, there's no fun there.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
A 27-year-old man in Florida was arrested for biting his dog to, quote, establish dominance.
That's how you do it.
I wondered
Dumbass.
how hard he bit his dog that police were called.
Yeah, you got to wonder.
I mean, because you've all heard the trick of biting the ear, right?
I have not heard this, Mountain Mike, no.
That is a thing that I've heard. You bite the ear of the dog. Now, of course, you're not going to puncture the skin.
Why am I biting my dog's ear?
Because that's what they do to establish dominance.
I've never heard that.
Oh,
Man, oh, man.
That's what I do in the bedroom.
maybe I'm backwoods then.
No.
The makers of Laffy Taffy are holding a joke writing contest for amateur comedians.
Oh, no.
Winner gets $10,000.
I thought that was what was the gum that used to have like little jokes in them?
Bazooka Joe.
None of them were funny. They already did it. Basically, like you could write
Yeah.
whatever you wanted to, and they thought it was funny.
There was another popsicle company, I swear, that you'd finish the popsicle and it had the answer to the joke.
Yeah, that's a good call, man.
Wait, you had to eat the whole popsicle before you could find out the joke?
So you'd have the stick, and it would have the setup on the stick.
All right.
You'd finish your popsicle, and then you found the answer.
Like, guess what flavor this is, and you'd look at it and say penis.
A bouncy house blew onto a highway in California with a 9-year-old boy inside.
That's some scary stuff.
That is scary.
Luckily, he wasn't seriously hurt.
Well,
Hey, it was in a
bounce-
bouncy house.
Did you learn nothing from Rudolph the Red?
I'll tell you what, though, you do see those videos, those bouncy houses going down the old, suburban cutout neighborhoods and cul-de-sacs, and it's a scary looking video. You're
It
like,
is,
God, you
man.
hope no kids are in there, man, because it's seriously like it's like one of those Fisher Price things that just pops balls that kids push around. Like,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop. You just see them and they're flying, man, as that thing's turning.
Well, and it's got that netting on the side. It's not cushy on the sides. It's all that netting. So, man, you could just be ricocheting off the ground.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're just in there bouncing around.
Is that on the guy that set it up, or is that on the family? Like, do they just give it to you? Or
I
do
think
they...
we chalked that up to an act of God.
If you're one of those, party planning people who come in and set that up in the backyard for a party, that's on them. But you can buy one of those and set it up in your backyard as well. That's on you.
Good news.
That's why I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Coming back again for a limited time this summer. Zima.
Good.
Why?
Yeah. People like it, they'll buy it.
don't know that I've
They
ever
wouldn't
tried
they wouldn't put it out if people didn't like it and buy it.
Dude, I drank one last summer. it was better than I remember. Not that I remember it because I was a teenager.
Yeah, not only that, when we drank Zima, man, we were awful young as far as our introductory to alcohol. That was a tolerable young beverage, but
Well, also
I don't remember it. I just remember it being clear, and I don't know what it tastes like.
Yeah, and there's a ton of like all those kind of beverages now. Zima was just the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
Smirnoff Ice. I mean, it looks clear. I don't know what it tastes like, but I'm sure it can't be too much different, right?
Yeah, they're all just malt beverages.
People who bought... sorry, what?
I was just going to say, but Mike, Zima was massive.
People who bought tickets for an all-you-can-eat pizza festival in England were disappointed after
After they found out they were eating pizza in England?
the main oven broke.
Oh, that's going to cause
that's
a
a
problem.
problem.
They had
That is
to
a
wait
big
up
problem.
to an hour to get a single slice at this all-you-can-eat pizza festival.
It was all you could eat.
all you can eat.
No,
And
it wasn't.
Probably one slice at a time. So my guess is that you grabbed your slice, went to the back of the line, and waited to get the next.
Oh, it's like Disney with pizza. But you only got one slice.
It's like Disney with
you got to wait
pizza.
for an hour again, man. Just
Which
go to the
line do I
store.
wanna get in?
And
The
they gotta-
pepperoni line or the
and you know
pineapple
what?
line?
You know when you know how you look at the pizza that's in the tray and you can see the really good piece, and there's one real crappy piece that's got like a half a pepperoni hanging.
Right,
out.
right.
And it got a big bubble in it that took all your sauce
All the
away.
cheese is gone. Yeah, man.
it slid off the side, and then they give you that one, and you just look at them. They just look at you, and you're like, you mother.
You know you gave me this
I know
dry
you,
ass.
you know you F me. I know you F me. We made eye contact. Why'd you F me, man? I saw you F me right there.
Probably the most shocking headline that I will ever read at all this week, courtesy of our own Steve the Thrill Hill. Clown murdered his ex-girlfriend and forced her 3 children to watch as he butchered her with the help of his yodeler protege before a rooftop standoff with police in Belgium.
That is
You don't
amazing.
understand. That's the headline.
That is the entire headline.
It is a clown
Wow.
that killed his girlfriend, made the kids watch. They're like 12 to 17, all right? But he had an assistant, and his assistant is
a
a
yodeler.
yodeling protege.
yeah.
And then had a standoff on the rooftop with the police.
Did the yodeler was the assistant in the act of
He
committing
was,
the crime?
he was in support of the clown. So the yodeler was supporting the clown, who also happened to be a murderer. And then when the cops showed up, I'm not sure if it was just the clown or the clown and the yodeler took to the
Clown
roof.
and the yodeler.
Yeah.
Almost half of people say they've screwed up on their first day at a new job, according to a new survey. Some of the most common ways are forgetting people's names, going to the wrong place, or being too overdressed or underdressed.
How is that screwing up? It's your first day.
You don't know what to expect.
Okay, but, do your research.
Okay.
I've had
Hey,
stellar
man,
first days.
people could get a mulligan. You just got up to the tee box, man.
You're going to
just
use your
saying
mulligan
if
on
the-
your first day, Miles?
Yeah, you get a breakfast ball. Absolutely.
I don't think that even counts as a mulligan, right? It's your first day. If there's a time to make these simple mistakes, that's the day. Or
Yeah,
the
you
first
don't. You
week.
don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to when you go and you come up to someplace and you realize you're really overdressed. But you
Rarely, but yeah.
But that's a good point. Forget that's.
But
terrible-
isn't
that's a-
it-
I mean,
that's
how
a
about
terrible-
underdressed?
Yeah. That's better.
But it's always better to be overdressed because even if
Right.
people poke fun, you still get complimented. Like, you look sharp, but when you're underdressed, now you're just an a-hole, right? I can't believe that's what you chose to wear to this. That's the worst.
A 25-year-old man in Colorado recently passed out drunk in his living room, and his roommates drew phallic symbols on his face.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he's retaliating by trying to set the garage on fire.
That's not smart.
Okay, come on,
Penis on the
man.
forehead
This
is different
will
than
You know,
an
I mean,
arson.
the penis on the forehead, it's a tried and true thing. It's been done for generations. It's not going anywhere.
that was the only reason to have Sharpies.
I'm going to say, you think we're being responsible
I'm
with
20
a
years
Sharpie?
old. Why do I have a Sharpie?
So I
To draw
draw
a
a penis,
on my
I'm a
friend.
friend's ass.
That's all the reason.
Look, we're going to buy beer, we're going to buy liquor, we're going to buy Sharpies.
Dude, I had a buddy get his ass shaved one night when he passed out. He shaved his ass. They shaved his ass partially. They put it. They put a big FU on each cheek.
Oh,
He had a
no.
hairy ass.
A woman that brought treats to a coworker's going away party ended up losing her job herself.
How's that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are coming up 1 hour from now. First, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Steve Thrill Hill, could you please share everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Dan. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hola. All right, Dan, you understand how this here game is played? Dan, you understand how this here game is played?
Oh, yeah, I do, of course.
Fantastic.
He's on it.
All right, here is your story. We go to, Chulada, Florida. I have no idea. Anyway, where a 24-year-old man broke into a house and he stole some cell phones. He stole some earrings. One of the other things he stole was a GPS device. Then he takes off running. Now, the thing is, he did this at night, so it was dark outside. Turns out he hadn't cased the area, so he didn't know the area very well. And he was pretty sure, not making this up, there were some wild hogs chasing him. All right, so again, it is dark. He doesn't know where he is. He's pretty sure there's some wild hogs chasing him.
In Florida?
In Florida.
And they do have wild hogs down there.
They do.
That's not crazy.
And he's pretty
never
sure
been
they're out there. Dude, go there once. It's, and not a Disney trip. Like, go somewhere that's not Disney, go to Florida. It'll change your life.
Get the barbecue grouper sandwich. You'll never.
Oh,
be
yeah.
the same.
I'll remember that one.
Okay.
The food is better than the people. But this guy, he decided that he needed help. In spite of having a GPS with him, he couldn't figure out how to use it, so he called the cops to tell him that he was lost. Well, the cops came out to help, but they ran his name, found out that he had an outstanding warrant for driving with a suspended license, so they searched his backpack, and that's when they found all the other stuff he'd stolen from the house. So he was arrested. Police spokesman said, quote, in his defense, it does get pretty dark out there in the middle of the night. He's still an idiot. But do you believe that this idiot is black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
Oh, definitely not Asian. That doesn't really sound like an Asian thing to do.
That's what they want you to think, man.
Sneaky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm actually going to have to go with, well, what do you guys think?
Was it a random house?
I think
It's a random house. It's
He
a crime
robs
of
it.
opportunity. He doesn't know the neighborhood, but
right.
when he leaves the house, that's when he gets lost. Wild hogs may or may not have been out there.
I think he's. My money says he's white just based on the fact that he knows about wild hogs. He knows how big they are. He knows how scary they potentially are because maybe he hunts. And the other thing is he's not afraid to call the cops. So to me, I always lean white on that one. Like if it's population-wise,
I
China.
agree generally. The only thing I would say is if it's dark and you felt there were wild hogs.
Okay. All
coming
right, you know
out,
what?
I
I'll change
understand.
it. I'm going to change
anyone
it.
in
I'm
that
gonna-
position, I get you make
I'm
the
going to
call.
change it to Mexican, Dan.
See, I'm going to go black because I think he's really scared of these hogs.
Okay. Boy, we're no help to you, Dan, but we need a final answer.
Yeah, I'm going to go with white on this one.
All right, we're going to find out if he was black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Profile this, shocker. We're in Florida. 24-year-old, he breaks into a home and he steals a bunch of stuff, a bunch of electronics. One of the things he gets is a GPS. He does get lost. I guess he can't figure out how the GPS works or it's not helping him out. Either way, he thinks the wild hogs are chasing him, so he calls the cops. And they find his bag full of all the stuff that he stole from the house, and he is arrested.
Yes, indeed. And Dan, we asked you, did you believe this guy was black, white, Mexican, or Asian? I want to say between Ted and Miles, we heard black, we heard Mexi, I believe.
White, yeah.
And you went white.
I think I went with the final answer being white.
You are correct, sir.
The key. Now for all TV news all time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon!
The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
So, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Me.
Right? It was a massive show. It was huge. That was a Regis thing, I think, right? Back in the day when it first started?
Yeah,
I think it's one of those shows that was on in the UK, and then they brought it over here, and he was the first guy to host it on the US side.
Right. So they have to be honest with you, I did not know that one was from there.
Yeah, originally it was.
Seems like most of the big ones are. Of those types of programs where it's kind of...
What was the, mean British chick?
Oh, you want the weakest link.
All right, you are the weakest link.
Goodbye.
All right. So this is the British version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now, one thing you need to know, the guy hosting it, Jeremy Clarkson, he used to be on Top Gear over there, right?
Massive show over there, yeah.
Massive show. He's kind of a massive, as they would say, TV presenter. Mm-hmm. And he's a little arrogant or cocky, if you will. So this is a perfect example where he thinks he knows the answer and he is wrong.
I will slightly hesitantly go Gear, final answer. And you know, so you don't.
I'm not even going to look at the screen. That's the correct answer. It isn't. What? It is a deer. Is it not a deer? I've seen them in Africa boinging along like deers. Oh no, you've just lost £15,000. Are you sure? I've seen ibex boinging along, and they look like deer to me.
Yeah. At least I know if I'd asked the host for that, then we both would have been wrong.
Exactly. If you'd have asked me, I would have genuinely cost you £15,000. So thank God you asked me about the puddings. Oh God, Alan, I'm sad actually because I had high hopes that you were going to zoom along right up the ladder, but you didn't. But you do go home with £1,000.
Oh, that's £15,000. You had 15. Now you got 1.
15,000 less. No, it's just come up here. It's a wild goat found in the Alps and the Pyrenees. And I thought it was a deery thing that lived in Africa. Well, I am very sorry, but you're going back to Copenhagen with barely enough to afford the airfare. We're going to do that now, ladies and gentlemen. Alan Horsburgh.
Oh,
damn.
And then he throws a pot shot at the dude. Like, all right, he didn't know either, but you didn't know. And now he's leaving like, oh, barely enough. I don't even know if you're going to get peanuts.
Because he's the host where it's like, I still get paid the same no matter
I guess
what.
you'll be sitting with the pensioners.
Well, that's the amazing thing. He just keeps talking about it. Like, let the poor guy off the set.
Oh, maybe it was in Africa.
The video is pretty funny. That's up at the Mention Facebook page. You want to check that out. But, man, I don't know why he stretches that out for so long. And I get being confident, but to just be like, I don't even have to look. I know what it is.
That's what makes it better.
Yeah, I will say, in his defense, I clearly thought ibex would be related to a deer, not a goat.
I would too.
Yeah.
But,
But I'm not hosting that show.
Yeah, and I'm not standing there.
I wouldn't have that confidence.
Yeah, I would look at the screen.
I'd be like,
For sure, I'd look at the screen.
I think that's what it is, but I don't know.
Yeah, even if you said something like, you know what, man, that's a great answer. I'm almost 100% sure you're right, but we got to
Let's
reveal.
take a look.
Right. But
right.
just be like, I don't have to look. I know what it is.
But I've seen them. Well, yeah, you saw some horny goats, bro.
1,500 pounds down to 1,000. 15,000. All right. Wrestling. Here's the deal. Wrestling obviously is predetermined. I won't say it's fake. I don't want to piss people off. Right. But the storylines and everything, right? When you watch WWE, which is World Wrestling Entertainment, obviously things are predetermined. They're real athletes. They're doing physical things, but still.
It's predetermined.
It's predetermined. You know who's going to, they know who's going to win or lose. So everything to me with wrestling world, you got to take a little bit with a grain of salt because you're not positive. John Cena, who's obviously one of the more successful wrestlers. You've seen him in a bunch of stuff. You've seen him in movies. You see him on TV, movies. Like he's everywhere. So John Cena and Nikki Bella of the Bella Twins, very attractive. They were supposed to get married. They were going to film it for Total Divas, which I think turned into even just a Total Bella series. And there's just a lot going on, right? So one of the big deals is that Cena and Nikki Bella, though, they split up. They were supposed to get married. You should also know that, like, when she moved in with John Cena, he made her sign, I want to say, a 73-page document.
Damn.
Yeah. If you've seen any of the Total Divas shows or whatever and seen their interactions, like...
It would make sense?
Yeah, like, them breaking up was not really shocking to me, but also it's wrestling. So I'm not positive I'm sold on it. But anyhow, first we'll listen to John Cena. He recently was on the Today Show and sounds like a man that wants his girl back.
It's been incredibly reflective, which is amazing, but it's very difficult. I had my heart broken out of nowhere, or for me it was out of nowhere. But I still love Nicole. I still would love to marry Nicole. I still would love to have a family with Nicole. I am in my house alone, surrounded by these emotionally strong memories. And every day from 6 to 9, I get out of the house and talk to strangers as a social interaction.
It's called living your life. You have to keep doing that.
I don't want anybody else. I love Nicole, and I'm really trying to support her in her trying to find whatever it is that she wants that made this fall apart in the first place. Right. But I don't have any other hopes other than maybe one day that we can work it out.
Oh, boy.
Right?
You got a bad brother.
Oh, boy.
He's saying that on the Today Show. I also think it's kind of interesting how he started with, he called me, or what did he say? Completely out of the blue. Well, it was out of the blue to me.
For me, sure.
So it's like, All right. So there's obviously some things going on. I'll reiterate. He made her sign a 73-page agreement to move into the home. They weren't even getting married yet.
Just moving it.
And also, like, the guys, like, I don't know if it's one night a week or whatever. Everybody has to dress up, right? Like real fancy to have dinner in the home. And then the gentlemen or the guys go to a separate room to drink alcohol and like have a cigar. And the women are supposed to go to another room to go do
whatever they're doing.
Women's stuff.
Oh,
yeah, Miles, so look on your face is correct.
Dinner parties.
Right.
It's a little weird, man.
Yeah.
And by a little weird, I mean it's weird.
There's a point in your life where, you're approached and someone says, hey, do you want to maybe go out with that couple? No, I don't. No, nothing personal. I like drinking with a guy. You know what I mean? That's cool. Like, I will go and hang out with him independently. If you, like, the situation at the end of the night's great.
Right.
You guys go this way, we'll go this way. We don't have to, like, eat together first. That's my point.
Right.
We don't have to go out to dinner. There has to be no weird tipping interaction with the bills and all that crap. Like, too many awkward situations. Why don't we just meet up separately? We'll go golf. You guys go shop.
Right.
See you later.
So
we can smoke dope and stuff, and you won't give us a hard time.
So that's John Cena's view on it, right?
Sure.
So now Nikki Bella, or Nicole as he's calling her, she's going to an event. She has not seen this. She's on a red carpet. The guy from Extra kind of asked her about the comments, and this is her reaction.
Wow. Well, I'm speechless. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't think cold feet and all of that type of stuff existed, but it exists. I have hope, and I think it's just, I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I kind of lost me, and I want to find me and work on me, and I just want John and I both to live, happily ever after, whether it's together or separate, and I just don't want us to go, like, down the road in life and have regrets of, like, I did this for you or you did this for me, and the day I say my vows, I want to say them once, and I want to fully mean them, and so that's what made me hesitant.
I want to fully mean them. All right, well.
Not like once, twice, or three times like most people I know.
So that's, well, I mean, right, I don't think anybody, I will say, I don't think anybody gets married going,
Nobody.
You know what, I'm going to do this again.
Right. I'm doing this one 7 years. But that's what everyone at the wedding is doing, just so you know. I know that sounds terrible, but they really are.
Right. How long do you think this lasts?
Forever. So here's my final question. Does anybody believe it? Because even some of their friends are like, oh, man, he's really desperate. They're going to get back together. But it's not a publicity stunt. And it's like, I don't know. I think it's because it's wrestling. It could all still be a stunt.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
Right?
I hope it is. He sounds all Robin Thicke with this. Like, oh, boy.
Yeah, and he's going to just release
Don't go down the Robin Thicke road,
It's a really
bro.
bad album, man.
It just gets desperate. It's just pathetic. It's like, look, it's okay to hurt, man, but you need to keep some of it to yourself,
and here's the
right?
problem. Now you got Robin Thicke, right? And he's got a new girlfriend.
Does he?
And she's absolutely gorgeous.
Of
and they
course.
just had a child together, but that album is still there.
Right. No matter what.
Well, and Robin
that album
Thicke
is still there.
Here's the other. I mean, with Robin Thicke too. Like, I'm not saying I don't know John Cena's personal life, but with Robin Thicke, it was fairly obvious that he had to go what he thought was the extra mile because maybe he was in the wrong there.
Mm-hmm. He was in the wrong, but still, it was
so
like, yo,
I'm with
man.
you. Like sometimes some of that outpouring is like, all right, we get it.
He cheated on her with Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I mean, right? The dude made a whole album about it. That one just hurts. I mean, they're still going to get married.
Who?
John Cena and Nikki Bella.
All right.
What do you say?
I wish them the best.
Oh, I'd put money on that right now because she's pissed. But
what's she mad about?
Well, just a lot of stuff. But I'm just saying, like, you could hear it in her voice. Like, she sounds pissed. Like, well, I don't know. I got to figure out what I'm looking for. It sounds like any other breakup, but everybody knows this couple.
Yeah.
They'll get married.
I just want to have some sex with some different people and make sure that I'm not messing up.
So kind of an interesting thing here. Lethal Weapon, the TV show, got renewed for a third season. But the guy, one of the stars of the show...
You were telling us that he's kind of a D-bag.
Yeah, he got fired.
Oh, he did get fired?
Yeah, they didn't pick up his contract. They picked up the show's.
Oh, they just flat out fired his ass.
No, they didn't care.
He must have not have been a decent person to be around because that was not the initial
You're one of
statement.
two main characters from something that's a spinoff of a movie. Everyone's familiar with the character. They renew the show, but not you.
Yeah,
I mean, you're one of the two main characters. So are they changing the character or getting a different actor to play the same character?
All right, so Sean William Scott, who may be best known as Stifler,
sure,
right, from America, he's going to be on there, but he's going to be he's playing a new character. They're saying maybe it's going to be the brother of Martin Riggs, who's Crawford's character was.
Okay. Don't make it as like if you're gonna come up with a new character, like this is just my belief. Like, man, just make the clean break, right? So, whatever reason you're going to write that the other character's gone, it's fine. But this guy doesn't need to be his brother. He doesn't even have to know him. He just let him be his
come in
own
from out of
character.
town, like most of the time we were kids. Like, new kid, school.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just think you're doing a TV show called Lethal Weapon. That was a movie that they had a bunch of them. Like, I think you could just swap in the new dude.
I think you could too. Anymore, is like, no one's bitching about a new Spider-Man or a new this or a new that. It's normally just understood to be a progressive. They do. You're right. But
Are you kidding me?
But it doesn't kill the franchise.
Listen, this is how it works. Okay, this is how it works.
Affleck about that.
My first experience with the nerd kingdom, as far as that goes, is when the original Batman movie came out with Michael Keaton. Okay, so the big thing, I can't believe they have Michael Keaton playing Batman. Understandably, it seemed like an odd choice at the time. So he does 2 movies. Now keep in mind, nobody thought Michael Keaton should play Batman. He plays Batman in 2 movies, and whoever was next was nothing. Val Kilmer, maybe. Then everyone's pitching a bitch because Batman clearly is Michael Keaton, and it's not anybody. You know, Adam West was a different thing. Right? So then Christian Bale's going to play him in the updated movies, and I can't believe you're going to get Christian Bale.
Did you forget George Clooney?
He's too serious of a guy. Everyone forgot George Clooney. No one was happy about that.
All right.
So Christian Bale, and everyone says Christian Bale should not play Batman. It's ridiculous. And they have this enormously successful franchise, and then it goes to Ben Affleck, and everyone's like, well, Christian Bale is the real Batman. You can't have, when they cast Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, why would you have Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man? I can't believe you do that. Just the idea that someone else might play Iron Man. They're going, well, no. Robert Downey Jr. is. So listen, you're going to be upset no matter who they cast in any position.
Probably did the same thing. They probably did the same thing with Daniel Craig.
Everything. They did. Why are you going to have him play James Bond? There's only one real James Bond.
Did the Doctor Who people get pissed off about that? They probably did as well.
I don't
remember.
know. I think you'd have to talk to your daughter.
Doctor Who friends. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, I mean, right. But for this guy.
She's got a coffee cup that's got a cow on it that says Dr. Moo. Get it?
Wow.
And TV shows back in the day used to do this, right? Isn't it famous for Bewitched or whatever? They brought in like different.
Yeah.
I want to say Darren. I was going to say Darren.
They're 2 different Darrens.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're already ripping off a movie that you've made into a TV show.
Right. They're not the original characters.
Look, they feel that the show is good enough, and this guy was much pain in the ass, and they could still be successful. I'm sure it doesn't matter. I'm sure they just put the show on. They could give him the same name, and it's like Jack Reacher, right?
Jack Reacher?
Not Jack Reacher. Jack Ryan. Well, there hasn't been a couple of Jack Ryans?
Was it Jack Ryan?
Harrison Ford played him.
Ben Affleck. And Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin was in there first. Yeah, I think Jack Reacher's always Tom Cruise, isn't it?
That's right. That's all messed up. Like, don't mess with Tom Cruise. You can't. No one could replace him.
Yeah, right.
To be fair, you can't name a movie that Tom Cruise is in where someone else would have done his role better.
No. Because
like, as much fun as you make fun of him, it's like
he's an island.
Right. Like, if he played the role, whether you like the movie or not, if he played the role, then the role is his to have been played. Like, we always make fun of him. I'm like, yeah, but who would you have cast other than him in any major movie you could
There's
think
nobody
of, right?
else who does what he does.
I'm not sure what he does, but he has his own.
It's like
thing.
Stallone. It's just a thing.
Right. No one else.
Yeah, I think it's always hard to go back and recast, though, right? Because now we're turning into the Batman people.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
He is, Ted, and it's different.
Well, I'm sure he thanks you for that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon always has some thank you notes, and let's listen to them.
Thank you, warm May weather, for being our yearly reminder that everyone's feet are gross. Thank you, giving someone an apple as a gift, for saying you're a teacher I respect and appreciate, or you're a horse. Either way. Horses like apples. Win-win. Thank you, urinal cakes, for really stretching the definition of cake. Thank you, croutons, for letting me sneak an entire loaf of bread into my salad. Being healthy. Just getting healthy, man. Blue cheese dressing. Thank you, children, for showing your mom how much you love her by buying her a Mother's Day gift she doesn't want with her own money. That's what it is. You got your this. Thank you, canoeing, for being the most relaxing way to fall into a lake. There you have it. Those are my thank you notes, everybody.
The croutons is a good call, right? Because you're just adding bread to your salad. But what's it? Me and my cousin always joke around like tuna salad and chicken salad. Mm-hmm. But that's probably the two craziest ones out there.
As far as like I'm eating a salad.
Salad.
Yep.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, you eat chicken salad, but...
Oh, people say, do you eat salad? I'm like, the meat variety.
Potato salad.
Right. I mean, in theory...
Egg salad.
Macaroni.
Right, like, in theory, you could be like, yeah, I just had salad today. Like,
all kinds of salad.
Ham salad.
Yeah, man.
Shrimp salad.
Stretching it out.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. All right, we've got Mike coming up with your headlines here in minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Iowa man strikes plea deal for the time that he was measuring his penis inside a school. Meanwhile, a Michigan woman bakes laxative brownies that go directly to her departing coworker's stool. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, and our co-pilot just got sucked out of the plane. Why is a restaurant banning children so incredibly insane? And clown murders girlfriend in front of kids with help of yodeling protege before rooftop standoff with police. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. We go to Michigan, where a woman has been fired over the treat she brought to a coworker's going-away party, and it's not for what you think. The woman's employer was informed beforehand that the woman would show up with laced brownies and had police on the scene to confiscate the desserts. She initially denied lacing the brownies, but quickly admitted to the deed after hearing that they would be subject to forensic testing. Turns out that the tip was good. She had laced the brownies with laxative.
Yeah.
She said that there was no malice in what she did, merely just a bad joke.
Well, if she would have... all right. First of all, you can't be the one bringing the tray of brownies over, because immediately, even if you do get everybody sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they know it's you. You're making them poop.
I mean, I bet even if you hated the woman's guts, it's going to come back to you.
Mm-hmm. Around the world, we take to the skies, where a shocking trend seems to be forming. After reaching its cruising altitude, a plane headed to Tibet from China experienced something from a horror film. The pilot of the plane heard a loud crash coming from the right side of the cockpit and turned to find that not only was the window missing, but his co-pilot was halfway out the window himself.
How's that guy feeling?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, And tell me as much as they give you hell about the seatbelt, that he had his on and that the seat came out with him, right?
He absolutely had his seatbelt on.
All right, he better have.
Luckily, the pilot was wearing a seatbelt that kept him inside the plane, and he was able to pull himself back in.
That would. Could you imagine just hanging out outside the front of the plane?
Right, man.
I mean, it'd be cool if you were strapped in. You know what I mean?
That is like my worst nightmare that I don't die from, man.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah.
God. The plane made an emergency landing, and the incident is being investigated.
So cold out there too, I bet.
Can't breathe. All you see is death below you.
It's freezing. And the wind is hitting you at how many miles an hour? 500?
500
miles an hour?
God.
Oh, man.
In other news, we go to Iowa, where a man
funny.
has struck a plea deal for indecent exposure. The man was caught inside of a University of Iowa bathroom measuring his junk. Now, while this sounds harmless, albeit weird, the man was reported to show other bathroom users just how much he was packing, complete with the cardboard ruler.
What did he say?
What did he say?
What was he saying? I mean, he measured it.
Yeah, he measured
He's
it.
proud of that.
Yeah. What did he get?
All it says that he made a comment regarding his size.
It's a biggin'.
I don't know what it says. That's it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawk is up.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. The Word is back, and Profile This.
Yes, indeed, it is all true. But in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.